Welcome back, everyone, to Car Mechanic Simulator. Change of plans on me once again. Things went a little sideways there for me at the job I was called out to, and it's been put on hold for us for a little while. So I am back home in my gaming area. So it's nice to be back for sure, though missing out on some pretty decent coin. But that's a-okay. So, anyways, I did hit I hit a couple barns before I started recording here, and the junkyard a couple times. Just went scavenging for as many parts as I kind of could, and I think today we are just going to dive into it, and we are going to put our car back together. The Mark 1 Moon here, our soon-to-be race car, so I've gone through, I've repaired everything, like all the parts that I can and everything. I've removed everything out of this car. The engine's been pulled out and everything. I had pulled the engine out. I don't know if anyone remembers, but I pulled the engine out just to repair the blocks. That way we can put it back into that kind of shape. So anyways, I did that. And yeah, everything's been removed off the car, so we're just gonna start putting everything together that we can. And if we have to buy parts, we will buy parts, and then hopefully we can get it onto the racetrack today. So that's going to be the plan. The first thing we are going to do is pull the engine out properly, so that way we can put it on the stand and work on it. There it is. So we do have the inline 4 BFM engine. It is, I believe, the biggest of the inline 4 engines apart from like a turbo. So like displacement wise, I think it is the biggest. Let's just find out if we've got any parts. Look at that, we even actually have some parts already. We have any pistons? Only reds. Okay, so we're not going to be installing red parts. I'm not going to install an orange part there. Okay, so that's our first part. Alright, so I am not going to be installing orange parts unless it's something like this idle roller that I think I can get away with without causing damage to the engine, if that makes any kind of sense. Like, I'm not going to do the pistons, but I don't mind doing like a case or something. Like, the engine should still in theory run, but that's kind of the plan anyways. It might sound a little scatterbrained, but that will be the plan. So I'm going to be doing a lot of probably back and forth, picking up a couple parts here and there, and trying to slowly put this engine back together. So sorry if this might seem a little confusing to everyone, but that's just the plan. It's just gonna be a lot of basically doing exactly what you just seen me do. I'm gonna be... Oh, whoops, that's not what I meant to do. I'm going to be putting on the parts that I can, and then if I don't have the part, I'll mark it, run back to the computer, and install the pieces. So that's gonna be the plan. So bear with me, guys, and we'll get this engine back together in no time. It'll be faster for you guys for sure, but for me this is gonna take a little bit of time. I must say, I was really hoping I would have more parts than I am currently carrying. So, I thought I had just filled it up, my part list a little bit better, but I guess the different variations in engines can be so minor. And you see engine parts and it says, oh, inline four, and you're like, oh, okay, well that might be it, but it's not. So it can be kind of frustrating. Ooh, oh, I didn't realize this was a turbocharged engine. That's exciting, actually. So this is a turbo. That makes this engine all the more exciting, honestly. I don't know if it's the most powerful version of these engines, but would be nice if it was. Oh, okay, so we do have one here. It's 10% better, but this has a 2-star rating. Either way, these are going to get replaced at some point anyways, but let's throw the 2-star on anyways, just because. Belt tensioner being red, I don't think I can put I don't want to put a red part on. It's kind of interesting too, like looking for parts for a car. Like, you know that this is an inline four block B, so you just generally look for parts to say inline 4B. But then also you get to the throttle here, and this is a V6. This is a throttle body off of a V6 engine. So I find that rather interesting when that happens. So it makes it very hard to basically guess what you're actually going to be putting on the engine unless you happen to already know what it is. And I am not an expert, so I don't always know. My goodness. Oh, that's a nice part. I think I picked this up in the junkyard actually today. I need another idle roller arm. Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of the parts that I need for this engine I did not actually have. So this engine is a lot newer than I was expecting it to be. Not that that's a terrible thing at all. It just wasn't what I was expecting. And I do believe this is our last part. There we go. That, everyone, is our inline 4 BFM, is I believe what this engine is called. I'd have to remove it off the stand in order to see for sure, but I do believe it's a BFM or something. But there is a turbocharger on it, so this is actually looking like we might not even have to engine swap this car. We can basically just pull this engine back out and we'll start upgrading it for some race performance parts. So there we have it. There's the engine back together. Let's start working on our car here. We will start with all the running gear and same kind of back and forth process that I'm gonna have to do again. I'm gonna have to check on stuff, see if I've got a viable part. If I do, put it on, and if I don't, like these, then I'm gonna have to go run back to the computer and pick it up. So that will be the game plan. That's going to be just the game plan for the day. But I really want to get this car up and running. This has been the idea of this entire kind of series. So I think it's just time just to bite that bullet and let's make it happen. Alright. So, honestly not too bad. I mean, most of this one side is definitely decent, but the next side is not going to be so pretty. Definitely gonna be putting some brand new parts on this side, so it is what it is. And that is the rear end back together. So I know for a fact I am going to need a new set of calipers. I know I need one of those just for the front end purposes. But alright, let's get started on the front end and see how far we can get. I could have probably actually fixed up this front cross member more than I did, but that's okay. Don't like seeing how damaged that piece is. Alright, now we have a basis for more parts. I decided that we were going to put brand new front springs on it rather than reusing the old ones. So we use our spring puller here. It's called a spring puller, but you use it to assemble springs as well. It's kind of interesting, eh? Alright, think we've almost got the whole front end together. It's a front wheel drive car, so we still need the transmission or the gearbox. I'm not sure if there's actually a difference or between like what a gearbox is supposed to be and what a transmission is supposed to be. Kind of figured that they're just the same thing, just different word, but I could be very wrong. And there we have it. The underside is back together. We should put a new fuel pump in this, which we do not have. while it's up on the hoist, and we'll throw some suspension together as well, I think. Or sorry, not suspension, some exhaust. We'll see how much of this we can actually assemble. Ooh, we got a 2-star over here. All right, not too shabby. Alright, I don't actually think I have these tires, so this is the Rim Modern 3, I guess. This is what this car has on it. So we're going to need a set of tires for this thing too, so we should get that kind of in our mind. We can look at the car status here. It does say, okay, so your factory size. Oh, wait. Because those aren't the rims it came with. These are rims Modern 3. They were 18, so we're going to go the 215/45. Alright, so we got some tires for our girl now. We're going to get these assembled. Oh. What did I just do? I messed up royally, didn't I? Oh my god, I have... Ah, man, I wasted so much money here. I had to already, but the tires were no good. And then I just bought tires that are for 18s, and I needed 16s. Oh my goodness. Good thing these things aren't super expensive, otherwise I'd be pulling my hair out right about now. Good thing I didn't decide to buy race tires. Alright, there we go. We officially have tires for our car now. They're not going to be fancy tires, but they should get the job done. At least get it running. I don't know how much money we started this episode with. I should have kept better track of that. Alright, we can't put front tires on until we get an engine in here with a gearbox. So, let's lower her down, and we'll get the engine bay put together the best we can. Let's see everything we've got here. It's super cool that in this one they introduced being able to do this fuse box, but man is it tedious when you've got to do all these fuses. Alright, so we have our entire car put kind of back together on the drive line and everything. So let's see what we can do for an interior. I found a cool seat I'm excited to put in. Look at this. It's red. I'm not even ashamed. We're just gonna throw random stuff in here. Alright, there we go. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that interior. Doesn't that just stand out? That's funny. Okay, so we have a bad door for sure. No fender. We do have a bumper. Not the bumper we want, but a bumper. No rear bumper. Not doing too well for parts, it seems. Okay. Well, we're getting kind of somewhere, I guess. We do have a hood. I do want to put the B on because the B does look cooler. So the big question is, ooh, we got a fancy one. Let's put a fancy one on. Not a regular one. Oh man, this is fun. This is fun. I like making it look so odd. You're just looking at it going, what were you thinking? And I'm going, I wasn't thinking. I was just having a blast. Alright, so we are gonna put some windows and some doors on her. So let's do this. Alright, let's see if this helps. Now a lot of this car is going to be black, kind of, unfortunately. Kind of disappointing. We're putting... It did have fancier body panels on it, but... It's just gonna have to make do. Oh wow, we actually had a good one. I'm foolish. So looks like all we need is a left mirror now. Alright, and there we have it. It is mostly together. Let's I was kind of gonna wait, but with all these nice body panels, I don't want the frame of the car looking bad as well. So there we are. Oh, look at that. That's a nice looking kind of cherry red color. That's nice. But there we have it, everyone. Here is the start of our race car. She is put together, and all we have to do now is install our engine, which is built and ready to go, and then install the transmission. So let's get this going. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh, the game just totally makes me mad. Oh, that makes me so mad. Oh, you make me so mad. We have to disassemble this entire engine and put the block back in for some untold reason. Oh, that is aggravating. Or I do something like this just to save myself a freaking headache. Oh. I wonder if it screwed up because of the front exhaust. Wonder if that was the problem. That's okay. We're gonna pull it out. We don't care. And there it is. Alright, so we lost about 900 bucks on that, but it is what it is. Do we have any... Oh, part mount. Any fuel filters to throw on? We do have a fuel filter. It's not in great condition, but it will work. Alright, so now we can get underneath the car, throw the transmission in, throw our front tires on, and I mean, we're gonna have to put fluids in it, and that should be everything. So let's get this going. A lot of this isn't gonna last very long. Oh, I see. Needs a wheel bearing. How are these? Oh, we are gonna need one drive axle. Alright, there we go. I think we've spent about $10,000 just to get this car fully finished, and you can see we still did actually use a fair bit of older parts. Like, we didn't exactly oh, what's the word I'm looking for? We didn't overdo it. Like, it's not a lot of brand new parts. It is a lot of used parts and stuff we got out of the junkyard and everything. So I mean, there was just a lot left. I mean, there's a lot of parts to the car. The engine was, unfortunately, probably one of the bigger. But I know body panels can really start eating away at your money as well. And there we have it, everyone. Fluids done. Car back together. Let's drop her on the ground here. She's looking kind of crazy with all our colors and everything. So let's, out of curiosity, let's take a quick look here. Everything looks like we're in. The only... Oh, no. Wait, we need a starter. Almost missed the starter. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Now we got the starter. Okay, now the car is complete. Needs some license plates, but that's not something I'm worried about. But anyways, looks like this car has a sell value of $45,000. So that's pretty good. That's nowhere near what the King went for when it was fully repaired, but I can't fully remember, but I do feel like most of its body and everything was in better shape than this thing. But at the end of the day, it is a more valuable car than this one, for sure. So let's move this car to the test path. And we are going to align the tires and set the headlights. So you can see here, you get a little mini game going on. So, do this. And there we go. Fully aligned. And the headlights. I think that's where we want it. And there we go. Headlights altered. We don't need the test path because it's fine. Next thing I want to do is take her to the dyno. Alright, so let's take a quick look at our factory specs. So it is supposed to come with 270 horse and 370 foot-pounds of torque. Let's run the dyno test here and see what we get. Alright, so yes, with all of the unuseful parts on our engine, you can see it does take a horsepower hit and a torque hit. This engine is nowhere near as good as it could be, and we do not have any tuning options because we do not have custom parts available. So there we have it. Let's take this car to the racetrack and see how she does. All right. Oh, she got some wheel spin. Listen to that turbo blow off. I can't believe this thing's sliding out like that as a front-wheel drive car. Oh, hit the wall. That corner is just brutal if you're not ready for it. I was not. Oh, this corner too. Oh my goodness. This is not going as well as I had hoped it would. Alright, lap 1 down. Let's see if we can do better the second time around. Nope, apparently we can't. Ran straight into the barricade. Oh no! Yeah, oops. It didn't turn as sharp as I was hoping she would. I don't think this is going to be our best lap. We'll do one more after this, and we'll use that as kind of a basis. I really wish I had keeping track of the Tempest's lap time just to see a comparison. can always go back and look at the video again for sure, but I just wish I had done it for my own benefit. Yeah, this thing is definitely not super happy in the handling. I mean, standard tires aren't going to help with traction at all, and obviously the busted up running gear isn't very good. Man, and those brakes are terrible. It definitely does not want to stop well. Hey, with our screw-ups, we actually almost made similar times, so this time we should do really well, right? Aha, made the corner. More or less. Alright, so far so good. No wall hitting, no accidents. I do believe there is one more corner that I've been messing up this entire time. I think it's coming up. It's this one here. Would be nice for them to upgrade the driving in this game a little bit. But yeah, that's not too bad. Without that last corner, we definitely made pretty good time. So I'm going to take a quick shot here. There we go. We'll return to the garage. So that should give us, that'll be a quick shot, so that way I can keep a tally of its record, because I want to see how much improvement we get out of it by fully upgrading it. I was hoping for a little bit more out of this car. That might sound kind of ridiculous because it is only an inline 4. It's an older model car and everything. But still, I mean, it's nice. So I'm going to hit the drag strip next and see what kind of a time we can put down. Alright, so we've got practice, quick race, single race, and championships. Oh, and you can win prize money. Alright, let's do some practicing on the quarter mile. Pretty standard. And let's just start and see what happens. Alright, shift up is left. Okay. Oh, right. I'm supposed to keep the brake engaged. Handbrake. Alright. What did we get here? That was roughly 14 seconds at 160. I think this is 0 to 60 time right here, so 3.3 seconds. Is that serious? That seems better than... Oh no, there you go. There's our 0 to 100 right there. 6 seconds. I can't remember what our Magnum did. I can't remember the King's stats. I really wish I had saved it. Alright, so looks like we got 14 again. Nothing too crazy. So looks like it was pretty much the exact same type of run. So let's close this. Let's go back. Let's do a single race. Let's just see how it goes. We're gonna race you. So he does have tuning, sport tire types, bigger energy, bigger engine. His drag rating is 134, but we've got a 163. I wonder why that is. So let's just start. Let's see what happens. Let's do our first race. Did we win? Did we win? We did! We beat him! Suck it. Who needs a big engine, eh? So that was a race. My 0 to 6 was... He was 8 seconds. That's a pretty... Dang. We totally won that. Didn't win any prize, though. That's just a... So I guess a race is just a race. You don't win any prize money for that. The only way to actually win prizes is to go into the championships. So, alright. Well, there we have that. Alright, and there we have it, everyone. Let's take a quick look just out of curiosity. It's still worth 45,000, so I don't think we actually lost any money, so people aren't too, I guess, upset by that. But anyways, there you go. Our race car is officially put together. We've put down our first set of lap times. The next big thing is going to be to pull the engine back out and replace all the engine and the transmission with more upgraded race parts instead of the what it's got. I mean, we could possibly take it and add another step to that and do like just a fully brand new engine with absolutely no used parts, and that might affect something a little bit, but I do think that our next teardown of this car will be to put all brand new parts on it. So we're gonna move her on over to entrance C. This is our parking spot so people can drive by and see our multicolored monstrosities sitting outside. So anyways, that is that. Let's take a look, see if there's any interesting missions here. Ooh, that looks like a Viper. Got that. We got an electric car and one of these guys. Alright, so I'm gonna, now that the race car is put together and we're ready to get started on that, I do want to pick up possibly another restoration project, maybe even two, because our race parts are going to be very expensive. So I think I'm going to hit the junkyard. I might even just start hitting the junkyard and just taking all the parts, because we also need lots of upgrade tokens, which is the blue gears up in the top right. We need those in order to increase the star rating of all our parts. So I might just hit the junkyard and just pick up everything, and then I'll bring them back and we'll break them down. In fact, I'll kind of explain the breakdown process. If you come over here, we haven't explored this yet, but this is the salvaging center. So you can come in here and you've got the list of all your parts here. So basically anything that you don't really need, like this is a red fender, we don't need it, so we can, and it's the same kind of mini game. So the idea is to get it on the blue, because then you get the +3 parts instead of the +1 or the 3. So you can just do that, and then you can see that big bonus actually goes up depending on what you're working on. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to go through that. I'm probably gonna do it in my off time, just because this will take a long time to actually do. So, but anyways, that's the idea. We want to get as much of that. I think the last time I had tried doing a race car, I had used, I think, over 2,000 of those tokens, and I didn't even finish the car. So we're going to need quite a few for sure. But I'm going to take a quick trip to the junkyard, because what I would like to do is, honestly, if we can get up over the $150,000 mark, I mean, even if that's before we finish the race car, we have a chance at some of the barn finds and getting the higher end cars. Yeah, in my barn finds that I had explored today before I started recording, I actually found 3 supercars. And it was like the first one was 150, the second one was 170,000, talking in thousands, and then the last one was 180,000. So I need a lot more money if I'm going to pick up one of those cars. So anyways, I'm going to take a look at the junkyard here. I will let you guys know if I find anything that just absolutely pops out at me, and it's going to be like a no questions asked grab kind of thing. But other than that, I'll probably just bring it back to the garage and show you guys kind of what I found, if I find anything. So I'll catch you guys in a minute. Alright, welcome back to the garage, everyone. Now, for anyone who happened to notice right off the bat, all our money is gone, and I imagine most of you know what that means. We found a deal, and I'm taking a gamble. I'm taking a gamble on this one. But anyways, look at what we found in the junkyard. We found ourselves our first supercar. Well, not our first. We have seen these in there before, but this is the first time we've been able to actually purchase one. So it does look like 90% of its engine is probably there. So we can tear this apart and try to replace as much as we can, like repair it. Like what I'm thinking is that we just pour every ounce of money we've got into this car. And oh my goodness, the frame actually looks like it's in good shape. That's not what I was expecting. But anyways, I was thinking we pour as much money as we can into this car. I'll tear it down. We'll tear it down right down to the frames and everything. And we'll fix everything we can, put it back together, see where we sit for money once again. I mean, I've never gotten the chance to like really dig into one of these V12 engines, so I'm super excited about that. I'm just super excited to actually get to work on this car in general, because it's just so new and it's so insane. it's such a higher scale than like what we're used to. So I wonder if we put the welder just right at it and then use it costs $3,000 just to run the welder on this frame. That kind of gives you an indication of how much this car is already worth. Like, look at that. We just bought it, we washed it, we can already sell it and make 7 grand off of it. So this car is going to be, it's going to be a money pit, kind of like we're just gonna throw money at it and it's going to pay us back in so many ways. Might pick up some like side mission jobs just to try and get this car up and running again. I don't really want to put the race car idea on hold, but this is such a cool opportunity that we might sidetrack and we might focus on this car in the next episode. So anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Loving the support. Sorry everything's been kind of all over the place. I mean, I I do have work and stuff, and it isn't always as easy to do everything, but I am still working on it for you guys. And yeah, I'm thinking next episode we will try to work on this car. So thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one, and peace out.